What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? DeJuan Jones here, your professional stay-at-home dad. And man, am I excited, so super excited about the guests, I should say the rock stars that we have on the show tonight. Super duper power couple. This couple is on fire, family. We got Enrique and Nancy on the show. They are an exciting couple. We're absolutely excited to have them on the show tonight. Let me get myself on camera to make sure that you all can see me and I can see the family. Hope everyone's having an amazing week so far. Again, we got some rock stars on the show. Want to thank everybody for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in to the show. We want to thank you. I want to thank you personally for sharing the information about the Builders Club TV. Again, this is for the culture. Let me make sure that our good friends are on the show with us and they can hear us clearly. Enrique and Nancy, can you hear me okay? Awesome. Let me get you on camera so the family can see you live and direct. Let me make sure I got you guys on here. What's going on?
Hey.
Awesome.
We're good.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. We want to thank you for coming on to the Builders Club TV. You guys are absolutely on fire. Your name is hot in the internet streets, so we definitely want to have you on the show. Want to thank you again for coming on to the Builders Club TV again, okay?
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. So if you all had a chance to see the show a little bit, what we like to do, Enrique, Nancy, we like to do what we call jump into the Builders Club TV time machine. And we like to take the family back a little bit, and we like to talk to you about your path to success, because we understand, we've been able to talk to so many legendary leaders on the show, and we've learned something very important, and that is there's so much knowledge and wisdom and secrets in the past of successful people. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So if you're okay with that, can we go back a little bit, guys? Can we take the family back into your history and how you got to where you are today? Let's take them back a little bit. Tell us, Enrique, Nancy, where were you before you discovered this home business industry?
Well, I'll let you go first. We have two completely separate paths that merged a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Which has been incredible. So
Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah. So for me, I grew up, with blue collar family immigrated from Cuba to the United States. So it was just about go to school, get a job, with great benefits, and then, hopefully you'll be great when you retire there, right? That's the path that I was on, and did that, got a corporate job, was there 15 years, and then I just started to figure it out. I started to look around me, and I said, man, I don't think I can do this for the rest of my life. I don't have another 30 years I can put myself through this. I'm not made for this. I was lacking something. And I've always had a entrepreneurship spirit about me, investing in real estate and, always looking for a way to make some money on the side. I quit corporate America and I went into a small business owner. Me and a partner of mine ended up buying a dry cleaning business in Austin, Texas. And we started expanding over the next 5 years. We did well. We got up to 10 locations, all spread out through the city of Austin. Revenue was good, income was good, but the one thing that was lacking to me was quality of life and quality of time. I didn't have it. I wasn't able to spend time with my son like I wanted to. I was getting burned out as a business owner. You know how it is, man. You have to work, every single day, all day long.
Yes.
But it wasn't on my time. It was on the business hours that I had to be there. So 15-hour days, 6 days a week after 5 years burned me out. And during that last year, somebody introduced me to this industry, and it kind of just made sense to me. And I'm like, well, I don't have anything to lose, because if I make it happen, I have an exit strategy out of being a small business owner, and then I can go into full time into this industry, and then I can call my own shots, my own hours, and no one's going to cap my income. I can make as much as I want and work when I want.
Right.
So those things really excited me. And then once I saw that it was possible, I was sold on the idea that I am not going to stop until I get there. And now looking back, it's been going on my 8th year in the industry. best decision that I've ever made. It wasn't a straight shot to success. A
Right.
lot of failures on
Right.
the way. Almost quit the industry a few times because
Wow.
you know that you get frustrated. You never believe that it's going to work. But I'm telling you, if you invest in yourself and you put in the time and the work and you surround yourself with the right mentors, you can learn and you can get better each and every year until you reach the point that you want to get to, and then you've made it, right? And then
Right.
now you can turn around and help so many other people do the same. So that's kind of my backstory on how I got into this industry. Nancy has a completely different story.
Yeah, I love it. And you know what? Every kind of person can do it. Just goes to show. The
Right.
most important job I ever did in my life is being a mom. So
Right.
that is what I was for a very long time, a stay-at-home mom. And I will never trade that in. I was blessed to be
Yes.
able to raise my kids and be at home. And I want that for all my Mama Bear
Yes.
friends, right? It's
Yes.
getting harder and harder to do that. Before
Mhm.
that, I was in corporate America. It was just, it was great. It was a job. It was decent money. I was too young to know any different. You know what I mean? No one had introduced me to anything like this back then. I wish they had. I was a customer of companies like this. The ladies that I was their customer, they were amazing. They actually picked me up in a mall and made me their customer, and
Wow.
we became friends, but they never ever told me about the business. I had no idea. So I look back and I think, man, they missed out, and I missed
Wow.
out because I was the kind of person that would have been ready. But anyway, on to being a stay-at-home mom. Best thing I ever did in my whole life, but I found myself divorced about 3.5 years ago, and looking to see what's going to become of my life over the next 40, 50 years, because I wanted to live a very productive and, a great life, and
Right.
I wanted to continue being home with my kids, right? And how was I going to go out in the workforce and create the kind of income that I felt that I needed and deserved in my 40s? Okay, and I see a lot of women in that position, and really it's become my passion to help people like that. Not just if they're single, but even if they're married, but their family is having a hard time making ends meet, and mom and dad are both at work and the kids are kind of home alone. Yeah, I love seeing people like that being able to, if they want to, quit their full-time employment and go into this full-time so that they can do it from anywhere they want. They can be picking up their kids. They can be waiting for them outside of volleyball.
Yes.
They can be, they can be taking a vacation with their kids and run their business. That to me is the ultimate freedom.
Yes.
So I landed in this freshly divorced, and I bought myself my first company. It was coming up on my birthday. I saw a friend that I loved and trusted on Facebook. The power of social media,
Right.
of growing your network, of building trust and building relationships right there. I mean, this is someone I knew. I saw her posting. I knew she was trustworthy. I could tell she was making decent money on the side. She was a teacher. And I reached out to her in that very first message. I still have it. And it's like, wow, that was a brave moment in my life after being a stay-at-home mom to think, you know what, let's see what's going on over here. And she was a great networker. She came and met me right away. And that was my gift to myself for my birthday 3.5 years ago, was a package to join one of these companies. And I've never made a better decision in my life.
Wow, that's amazing. You guys both have amazing introductions into this industry. Of course, before we find out how your paths collided, I want to find out, first, let's go back a little bit and find out from you first, Nancy. Do you remember what your first impression of this industry was when you first learned that, that there was a such thing as network marketing?
I think mine was very different from what I'm hearing from most people. I was like, wow, really? That was my first impression. I just thought, wow, I love this woman. I know she's amazing. And you can really make money from your phone. Sign me up. That was it, really. Listen, when you've lived long enough and you've been through enough things, you realize that there is no fear in things like this. It's kind of like, hey, this sounds good. I'm not going to overthink it. And that really was my attitude, because I've been through a lot of loss, and I don't take things so seriously anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course.
So we come across a lot of skeptics, a lot of people that want to overthink and overanalyze. And I'm thinking, hey, you just missed the boat.
Yes.
So that was me at that time. It was the perfect storm for me to be open.
Awesome. How about you, Enrique? First impression of this industry.
Well, I knew about the industry, but I never knew anyone who was in it. So, like personally. So for me, I always heard, oh, it's one of those pyramid things. Don't get involved in that. It won't last, or you're not going to make any money. So for me, that was just my initial, thoughts on the industry. Right. But until I actually met a friend of mine who was making full-time income doing it, then I became a believer, because I said, well, I actually know him and his family, and they're not just making this stuff up. Like they're at home with their kids and they're traveling and they have this lifestyle that I want. And then it really opened up my eyes, and I said, okay, well, if they can do it, then why can't I? And then once I knew it was possible, I was a 100% believer. I knew that I could do it. It was just a matter of time for it to happen. I knew I was going to have to work hard. It's many people believe you just get in and it's like a lottery ticket, and you get in at the right time and you're going to make all this money, which it's not true. You're going to have to put in the time and the work to get there. So that was my initial first impression, but my mind was quickly changed once I saw what was possible.
Wow. Let's hit the fast forward button again, and let's talk to the family about how Enrique and Nancy met along this collision course, how you guys joined forces. How did you meet? Was it in this industry?
Yes.
Wow.
This is the juicy stuff.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Exclusive.
Well, we didn't meet networking. We are constantly expanding our networks, finding new people to talk to without any kind of look on the outcome, just, building relationships and seeing where those go, right? And so that was just one of those things. We friend requested each other on Facebook. We added each other. Yeah. We started chatting about business right away. At the time, I was newer in the industry, but very hardworking, very driven. I was watching people that I enjoyed in the online space on how they were doing it. Because when I came in, I was shy. I did not want to share on Facebook. I didn't get it.
Really?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell that. Wow.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. That
Growth.
means I've grown, right?
Growth.
Yes, that's growth. Oh, we've been through dramatic growth. Even since we've met each other, it's been crazy. But so I really liked what Enrique was doing online. And I'll tell you, it's silly, but I knew that if I increased my engagement, I could increase my reach. But I wasn't. I was following a lot of different people that were doing it well. I was decent, but I wasn't great. And I wouldn't take a lot of calls from a lot of networkers, because they could be kind of a waste of time, because I wasn't looking to move companies or anything. But if I could connect with someone that was doing something well that I respected and admired, I did. So I took Enrique's call, and the rest is history. Wow.
So did the breakthrough, let's talk about breakthrough. The family here, we like to hear about the breakthrough. Did the breakthrough come before you met, or did the breakthrough come, in the point where you were working together?
Lots of little I think we have so many breakthroughs.
Yeah, I mean, when we became a couple, we became more powerful. She had some strengths that I didn't have. I had some strengths that she didn't have, and then together we just complemented each other so well that we made each other better, and it just flowed. When you have that flow, and it just, we had many breakthroughs once we got together, because now we're building as a couple versus just building just by ourselves. So we've learned a lot.
Yeah, it's a series of little breakthroughs, but we have had some massive breakthrough recently. And it really came down to a point where we sat down and we just sat down and we had to refocus, because sometimes when you're an entrepreneur and you're in that life, and especially if you're a single parent, you're just on the go all the time. Everything else falls by the wayside, your health, everything. And we hadn't ever sat down in that time that we'd known each other and been working together and been a brand new relationship, and sat down and listed, what did we really want out of life?
And
that really was that was our real big breakthrough
Yes.
moment, and it was so easy after that to know what the next step is.
Wow.
So, yeah.
A lot of times you can bury your head in the work in this industry, and you're just work, and you don't have time to realize that you're not aligned with who you are and what your goals are, and maybe what your values are, and maybe what you're doing is not the right fit for you anymore, right? Because you've grown into this new person with personal development, and you know, all the things that go on in this industry force you to grow if you want to become successful. And then you have to reevaluate every so often of where you are and if it's on the right path. And it wasn't for us, you know, we had to make a change. But it took sitting down and writing all of that out, you know, all the things that we wanted in life and all the things that we were currently doing. And there was a misalignment there somewhere in the middle, and we had to correct that. And once we corrected that, the floodgates opened up, and
wow,
it's been an amazing journey.
That's awesome. Let's talk about this, because you know, being a couple working together in the industry and actually having success, a lot of couples are trying to achieve that. Let's ask a question. When it comes to working together as a couple, right? And you say you guys had to sit down and write your goals out. Was there ever a time where you guys didn't see eye to eye, and how did you manage to juggle relationship and business and do it successfully?
We're pretty much aligned on how it's crazy. It's really crazy how we even met, and how we have such a similar outlook. And if there's something that he's not seeing that I'm seeing, or something that I'm not seeing that he's seeing, we value each other's opinion and respect each other enough to listen and to think, well, maybe there's a different way that I can see this. But I don't think we've ever disagreed that I remember on anything to a level where it was like a chasm.
No, it's never been like that. Before we became a couple, we realized we had a lot of the same goals and values of where we wanted to go with this, and you know, big goals and our whys were a lot aligned. So it wasn't I was going this way, she was going that way. We were pretty much on the same path before we met, and it just aligned together. But yeah, we're just always bouncing ideas off of each other. You know, I might say something and she might say, hey, well, you know, that's a great idea, but you know, if we just added this and that to it, I think it would make it even better. You know, so we're just feeding off of each other's energy, and if there can be improvement here and there, we help each other through that.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely, we work separately a lot. Like, he'll go somewhere else, I'll go somewhere else, right? Because you need your own space to get your own creative juices flowing, and be your own person. You know, I'm me, he's him. We're not trying to be each other. Yeah. And that's what works is we, like you said, feed off each other's energy and each other's ideas, and it's just been magic. I mean, we feel very, very blessed. It's a rare thing, I believe, and we're just happy.
Yeah, very blessed.
Wow, that's amazing. So if you had to give some advice, a piece of advice to a couple out there that are looking to get to the level that you all have been able to achieve, what is that advice?
I mean, communication. I mean, be a good listener.
Yeah.
Don't be defensive. You got to do your own work on self-love. You know, you have to learn to value yourself, and that's really it. You know, self-love is the key. Being your own unique individual, letting go of codependent behaviors. I mean, those are things that we all are still working on. You know, like we're still working on it in our relationship too. We have a normal relationship with normal arguments and normal issues, and everything's normal just like everyone else. It's just that we're both committed to the personal development journey. You know, and when I came in the industry, I noticed I just knew that if I'm going to have another partner again in life, like a romantic partner, it's going to be someone in network marketing, because these are the people that I found are the good ones that are committed to their journey of growth, right? And if you can't do that, it's not going to work. So we're both committed to that journey. So and we're both in the same business, so we're both kind of on the same track. And I think that's what works.
Amazing. Builders Club TV family, make sure you like this video and share it. You're hearing from the best of the best. And what you guys are saying so far, it bleeds through your social media. Builders Club TV family, if you're not following this couple on social media, I don't know what you're doing with your life, right? But you guys, you know, when you look at your social media, you can see that you guys have a great relationship and that you guys have a lot of fun with what you're doing. I think that's important, to have a lot of fun with what you're doing, and it totally shows. Will you talk to us about what the lifestyle is like now that you've been able to create success in your business life and in your relationship?
Well, I mean, we've always wanted freedom, and now we have that. You know, we can stay at home, we work from home or any location we want. We're there for our kids, so if our kids need anything, we're there. We're not stuck in a cubicle in an office somewhere and then can't talk to them or pick them up from school or go to a school function. So, you know, owning our time is like the biggest thing we can get from this. You know, for me personally, one of the biggest joys is not waking up to an alarm clock anymore, because I remember having to wake up by 5 a.m. to be at work by 6 and then work the whole entire day, and just having that freedom now to own my life and do things the way that I want are huge for me. Also vacationing, we just got back from a couple trips, so not having to ask permission to travel, being able to travel when you want, and you know, that just having the freedom to do that and not have to worry about asking for time off, or if I can afford it, you know, can I afford to take this vacation? So, you know, those are just some of the things, but you know, for me, it's doing something that connects with our purpose. So all of that stuff is great with the lifestyle. I love it, man. But for me, is making a difference in this world and pouring into other people. That's where we get our joy from. Yeah. And then the rest is like a bonus. Yes, man, I'm not gonna lie. The vacations are great. Not having to go to a 9 to 5 is great. Not having to, you know, work for somebody and be underpaid is great. You know, having complete control of your life is amazing. But there has to be a purpose behind it, you know, for all that to happen, even to get to that level, you know? So what about you?
No, that's what I was going to add is the biggest blessing of this is being able to have the time and the know-how to help other people. See, I when I came into it, I'm like, oh, if I can just crack the code, if I can just figure out how or where or with who, you know, I can really help people. And it's just an incredible feeling, because every person on earth has a purpose, right? And you can influence people's lives very quietly. As a stay-at-home mom, I believe I was a great influence on people's lives, especially my children and their friends and other moms that I knew. But to be able to impact lives on this great of a scale, just regular people, you know, coming from regular backgrounds, but with the good hearts and with the growth necessary to make a positive impact, right? Because there's so much not great stuff out there. And if the good people don't stand up, you know, the good people often want to be quiet. They want to be in the background. And, you know, if you don't stand up and you don't do the things and you don't break out of your comfort zone, you could be making a much bigger impact than you are right now. And, you know, don't be fearful to do that is what I would say, because I'll tell you, that's who I probably was, you know, before I was forced out of my shell, right? I was kind of thrown out into the world and said, you know, hey, figure it out. But if you can find that before you get thrown out, it's even better. You know, build your ark before it rains. You know what I mean? Yes. So for us, you know, that's the biggest change in lifestyle for us has been the ability to help more and more and more people. And this is just the beginning. We haven't even scratched the surface of where we want to be. We're just keep growing, keep learning, and keep doing better. Yeah.
And like I said, that energy truly bleeds through. Even when you guys were in Cabo having an amazing vacation, you still took the time out to share those nuggets and that wisdom. And that's definitely appreciated from you guys. Will you please give out your social media, website, anything like that, in case the family wants to get in touch?
Well, I mean, you know, we mainly are active on Facebook. So my name is Nancy Ohanian.
And my name is Enrique Olazabal. I'm sure he'll have our names in there. If you just search that in Facebook, you'll see our pages, and feel free to follow.
And we're the same people on Instagram.
Yeah, same names on Instagram either way. So yeah, connect with us. That'll be great.
Awesome. And you know what, Nancy, Enrique, we definitely got to have you back. We have a few different series getting ready to debut, one being the Builders Club TV Day in the Life. And basically what that is, Nancy, Enrique, that's basically going to be the lifestyles of the rich and famous for the network marketing industry. Now, we're not going to just highlight the material stuff, even though that stuff's fun too, but it's really about personal development meets lifestyle. So along with looking at some of the ways that successful entrepreneurs in the home business industry enjoy the lifestyle, we also want to continue to share those nuggets, the wisdom, because it's about inspiration, motivation, and belief. Okay, so we definitely want to have you back for that. I think the family would love to see you guys back on the show. Is there anything else that you want to share with the family in closing?
Yeah, I got a message. So, you know, when we came into this industry, you know, people were always, or I was under the impression, you know, people were always trying to say, hey, you got to be this or you got to be that to be successful in this industry. And it was always about go to that next training and go do this and do that, and then you'll be ready. And what we realized in the last year is it's not true. Yes, we promote personal growth and personal development, and you always continue to have to be working on yourself, but you are good enough of where you're at to come into this industry and start making an impact. And yes, you will grow along the way, but it doesn't have to be a perfect scenario for you to come in and make an impact and start earning some income or start on your journey to success. There isn't a perfect moment for that. The moment is just jump in and just get started. Yes, it matters who you connect yourself with, who you're surrounding yourself with. That's going to make a big impact whether you go slow or fast. But the thing is, just get started, put yourself around the right people, and give yourself grace. Give yourself time to learn as you're going through that process. And we've seen some people, recently come in to our team just like that, and they have shocked themselves at what they've been able to achieve in a short amount of time because they had that mindset, right? And I love seeing that, because people who thought they could never do this in a million years wrote themselves off many times until they finally just said, I'm going to give it a shot. And here they are, building a successful team. They're building a nice residual income, and that's what this industry is all about. It's not about the big earners in the industry. It's about the average person coming in and being able to generate, $500 to $1,000 a month. And if you can help enough people do that, you will become successful in this industry.
Yeah, I agree. Wow. And something that's overlooked a lot is love, and that's why they're succeeding. Is we are full of love on our team. That's what we promote. Love and business go together. They really do. And you are definitely enough, and you don't have to feel like you're not good enough. If you come in and you get one customer, you're amazing. You come and get 100 customers, you're amazing. Because you know what? Before you came in, you didn't have that. Right? So you're already one step ahead of everyone who's not trying.
A big piece of that puzzle is culture. And a lot of people miss that. They just, hey, I go find the most successful person in the industry and I'm going to learn everything I can from them. Yeah, that might work to a certain extent. But if you're not continuously growing around a group of people who are hungry for life and nurturing and pouring their heart out to you and giving you those tools that you need to succeed, right? That culture is everything. Without that, your business can crumble in a matter of a short period of time. Wow. So culture keeps the glue together, keeps a family. You hear the saying, people leave a business, but people won't leave a family. So if you build that culture strong, you got people that'll stick by your side for life. And that's what we're doing here, and we've seen the difference. I think a lot of people in this industry miss that culture part. They just focus on business, right. And they forget that part, or they don't have the tools to know how to build that part, and that's where things kind of crumble, and they have their it falls out, and then they have to start rebuilding again. So I just wanted to share that part of it, because I think that part is so important, and it's not talked enough about in this industry. Yeah. And it's one of the pieces that hold everything together.
Don't let the numbers and the money consume you.
Yeah.
Stop caring about people, because that's what it's about. It's about caring about people.
Wow. Builders Club TV family, you heard it here. The real hardcore, uncut, unfiltered truth. I told you, tune in, guys. You're going to hear the truth all day, every day. You heard it live and direct from Enrique and Nancy. We appreciate you guys for coming on to the show. Again, we definitely got to have you back. Thank you for coming on to the Builders Club TV family, Enrique and Nancy. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much. Talk soon.